These aren't unusual scenes in South Auckland. Hordes of illegal dirt bikes taking to the streets every day, disrupting traffic and intimidating motorists with little regard for safety. Those constantly dealing with it at their wits' end.
The communities have had enough of this. This behaviour is just, it is quite disruptive. And funny thing is that a lot of these people, a lot of these riders actually live within the community that they're doing this in.
When they're not tearing up the road, they're quite literally tearing up local parks. While it isn't always obvious at first glance, it only takes a view from the top to see the full extent of the damage left behind.
Getting on the back wheel, causing the damage that they do, doing their wheelies across here.
It's annoying because this impacts on the use of our public, our sports teams, and just for everybody to be able to enjoy the parks.
The fields at Mangere Centre Park are being torn up by riders every week and is forcing the club to cancel scheduled tournaments altogether. Even when sport does go ahead, it isn't unusual for a group of riders to take to the pitch mid-play.
There's really little respect shown for the users of the park at the particular point of time. And particularly when there's younger people, you're often out there with parents who are on the sideline cheering their thing on, and they of course become concerned about their welfare of their children. And so that's another issue altogether about the appeal of wanting to play at this particular park.
Tens of thousands of council money is meanwhile being spent to fix up what's left behind.
This is where their rates are going. Here we have this small portion of our community ruining it for everybody.
Police have been working on ways to hold those responsible to account, but it's been a notoriously difficult issue to solve and one which poses unique challenges.
Obviously, they're not going to stop for us, and sometimes they bait us as well. So we've got to be a bit clever about how we do it, and we've got to try and do it in the safest way possible. Chasing them, and getting them to engage in worse behaviour is not a good way to actually try and resolve it. It's much better if we can do it post-event. We'll try and corral them to a certain location where we can deal with them.
Earlier this month, up to 100 officers pursued reckless riders in Otara as part of a new operation launched in the area. 10 bikes have so far been seized and several charges have been laid. Those in the community still waiting to see the difference it's made.
The police say, well, report it, but that seems to be more a case of reporting the number of incidents rather than actually any step to stop the activity.
I think it's out of their hands because, again, they may not like what they see, but trying to pull them over, trying to stop them, there's no number plates, there's no identification. I mean, it's just going to be an endless battle.
We understand the frustrations of the public, but we ask them not to try and intervene themselves because, the intimidation that can take place is, can be quite bad. And, they're putting themselves at risk. Leave it to us. Try and record things if you can do so safely and get that information to us. Call us when these things happen. If it's an emergency, call 111. Otherwise, call 105 and give us the opportunity to look for the evidence and we'll follow it up.
A plea for riders to think twice about the damage they're causing in their own backyard. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. To stay up to date with all the latest news from the New Zealand Herald, click the subscribe button below or check out one of the videos here and head over to nzherald.co.nz for more details on these stories and more.